Well, it is important to make sure your vision is in check. And at this year, Fox 45's Bmore Healthy Expo, the Maryland Society for Sight will be offering glaucoma screenings. Now, joining us now with more details, Executive Director Audrey Novak. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you brought some instruments that we will see when we go to the Bmore Healthy Fair. So when we go out there, we're going to find out what is glaucoma.
Okay. First of all, glaucoma is a disease of the eye where the pressure in the eye creates a decrease in your peripheral vision. And it's very slow and it's very gradual, and people aren't even aware that their peripheral vision is diminishing. And that's why it's called the sneak thief of sight, because people don't know they have it.
And it takes so long to find out that you actually do have glaucoma. So how do you, is it a certain age, the people that are more at risk than others?
Yes, absolutely. Generally, in the general population over the age of 60, it can occur at any age, but more predominantly over the age of 60. But if you are of African American heritage, the onset is even earlier. There's a genetic link to a type of glaucoma that occurs in the African American population that over the age of 40, you are at high risk.
So, if I was African American, then would I want to get an annual exam at the age of 40 minimum, or do you suggest even earlier?
Well, we suggest anyone get an eye exam at least every 2 years. And if you have someone in your family, it's even more important to have that eye exam because there's, like I said, a strong genetic link to glaucoma.
Well, now you brought some, you actually brought a book that you wanted to show.
I did.
You were going to show us, and we could just try and keep it as tight as possible for our camera. This is a normal eye that is shown here.
Yes.
So tell us what happens with glaucoma.
So in the eye, there's a fluid. It's not tears. It's called intraocular fluid. And it's constantly flowing across this canal in the front of your eye. And for some reason, that canal gets clogged. So now the fluid builds and builds and builds. And it pushes on all parts of the eye, but especially back here where it's called the optic nerve.
Is this would this create some headaches then for people?
Not necessarily. No, not necessarily. In the early stages, there are no symptoms. That's why we recommend, strongly recommend an eye exam. So then here's what happens. If the pressure is building, that's why many times the doctor will measure the pressure. If you hear of the intraocular pressure, they measure the front of the eye because we know that pressure is equal on all sides of the eye. So what's happening is it's pushing on that optic nerve in the back, and that's what causes the eye.
And you really can't feel it.
No, you cannot.
See, you think, and so headaches are another indication for something else.
Right,
with the sight, nothing to do with this.
Exactly.
That's why the exams are really important.
Exactly.
When we go to the health fair, do we go right here and look into one of these machines?
Well, you're going to do several things.
Okay.
First of all, the person will fill out a risk inventory, a list of questions that our advisory committee has put together that shows if a person is at risk. And one of the questions will be, how long has it been since you've had an eye exam? Because that puts you at risk.
Make sure you tell the truth.
Exactly. So then we're going to measure your distance vision. That's the test that you take when you go to get your driver's license. It's visual acuity. Then they're going to use this instrument. This is called a visual field test. Everyone thinks it's the puff of air. It's not going to be a puff of air.
And we are out of time. I just wanted to make sure. So there's multiple different things that you would go. So make sure you plan accordingly when you're out there.
Yes.
And make sure you get in line. And of course, come and see Ms. Novak. She will make sure that your eyes are in top shape too. And this is all for our annual Bmore Healthy Expo, and it's taking place Saturday, March 3rd. It starts at 10 in the morning, goes till 5 at the Baltimore Convention Center. Best part, free.